Welcome to day 3. It's Friday. Woo! It's Friday. All right. Enough funny business. Let's get down to work. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. But not like that. Time to use those Jedi mind tricks. Today's warm up will be mental math. Okay, here we go. I want you to start with number 7. Keep that in your head. Keep that in your head. 7. Great. Next, I want you to multiply by 3. Get those minds going. Great. Now I want you to round that number to the nearest 10. Perfect. Now, I want you to divide that number by 5. It's all in your head, yes? Are you ready for the answer? If you're not, go ahead and pause, because here it comes. The answer is 4. Great job. Great job. All right, enough of this Jedi mind trick stuff. Here we go. And bring out our notebooks. And then for today's lesson, we're also going to need our student books and our home connections books. Okay? So I'm going to give you some time for you to collect your items. Once you had your notebook, open it up to a new page. Okay? So let's get going. Let's get all of our stuff, please. Alright, fantastic. So on our new notebook page, I want you to write at the top, subtraction algorithm. And I put a title right here so that you guys can know how to spell subtraction and algorithm. Yeah? Perfect. So let's go ahead and listen up first. Let's put our pencils down. Eyes on me, please. Great. So, Clayton is looking at information about his parents and grandparents. Help Clayton solve the problem below. So here it is. It says, Clayton's mom was born in 1967. Clayton was born in 1993. How old was Clayton's mom when he was born? If you need that question repeated, let's go ahead and rewind the video. Perfect. If you're with me, when I say go, I want you to write an equation for this problem. Okay? I want you to write an equation for this problem. We're looking at the numbers, we're using the numbers 1967 and 1993. So how would you build an equation to solve this problem? Go. There it is. All right. So here is our equation that we're going to use to solve our problem today. Okay? So we know that Clayton's mom was born in 1967 and that Clayton was born in 1993. We're trying to figure out how old Clayton's mom was when Clayton was born. Okay? Now we have a couple strategies that we can use. Right over here we have our finding the difference strategy and our removing or taking away strategy. Okay? We're not talking about constant difference because we don't have an equation to match this up with yet. Okay? So in 1967 to 1993, we have to find the difference between those numbers. Okay? So let's make it a little simple on us. Let's go ahead and use the finding the difference strategy. We're going to build a number line. Great. So let's go ahead and build a number line on our notebooks. We're going to build our number line so that the smallest number goes on the left-hand side. So I'm going to build 1967 there. And I'm going to put 1993 here. Okay? What I want you to do when I say go is I want you to find the difference between these two numbers by using this number line. And hot dog. Oh, you were paying attention. Go. What we did on my number line is that I started in 1967. I jumped to the nearest multiple of 10, which is 1970. And so that was a total of 3 years there. And then I jumped 20 years to get to 1990 and as a multiple of 10. And then that means I needed just 3 more years to get to 1993. If I added the 3 plus my 20 plus my 3, I get a total of 26. Okay? Perfect. All right, so today we're going to add on one more strategy. And it may not be a strategy to a lot of you. A lot of you are very familiar with this routine. But I'm going to start off first by showing you how to stack two numbers when subtracting them. And then I'm going to use a place value chart to help you figure out how we subtract when our numbers are stacked. Okay? I'm going to start off by pulling out my handy dandy place value chart. I'm going to place right next to my first equation with my number line. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to copy down a place value chart into your page as well. Okay? Go ahead and pause the video here, and you can go ahead and take some time to build a place value chart like I have up here. Ready? Go. To have your place value chart, we're going to plug in our two numbers. With the stacking, it is very, very important that you put the largest number on the top. So that means that for this first equation that we did, we're going to start off with 1993. And so I'm going to make sure that my numbers match up with my place value. The number 1993 or 1993 is going to fill into my place value chart as so. 1, 9, 9, 3. So that tells me I have 3 in the hundreds place, 9 in the tens place, 9 in the hundreds place, and 1 in the thousands place. Okay? I'm going to stack my other number right below it. So that's 1967. I'm going to place that underneath. 1, 9, 6, 7. Okay? I'm going to be subtracting these two numbers. Okay? Now I know that yesterday we watched a video on removing, and I showed you how to remove with two larger numbers. We started by subtracting the biggest part. Okay? Today we're actually going to start subtracting on the far right. Okay? In our ones place. All right? So I hope that this starts looking familiar to some of you guys. A lot of you guys asked about this. So let me make sure that this is what we're getting to, okay? So we're going to start off with our ones column here. We have 3 minus 7. The number 3 is kind of small. And from 3, we can't take away a full 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over and we're going to stick to the top to our bigger number here. We're going to borrow from this tens place here, okay? We have 9 digits here, okay? We have 9 bundles of 10. So what we're going to do is that we're going to actually borrow 1 bundle of 10. So since we're borrowing 1 bundle of 10, that leaves us here with 8 bundles of 10. And now we have added a group of 10 to our column here. And so now this turns into 13. Okay? When we subtract 13 minus 7, we get a total of 6. Okay? And now we're going to continue on to our place value chart, moving on to the tens place. We are going to now look at our new number here. Our 8 bundles of 10 minus 6 bundles of 10 will leave us with 2 bundles. Okay? And then we're finally going to look down at the hundreds place. We look at 9 bundles of 100 that we have, and we take away 9 bundles. That leaves us with nothing there. Okay? Last but not least, same thing we're going to do in the thousands. We're going to subtract that 1 bundle of the thousands minus 1 bundle of the thousands, and that'll also give us 0. Just because the number 0 is down here, that doesn't mean that this doesn't exist. The zeros can be here as a placeholder, okay? But we are still left with a total of 26. Same answer that we got here with our number line. Okay? This method here, when we stack up our numbers and we subtract by place value starting with the hundreds, this is called our standard algorithm. So when you guys ask, hey Jose, can I stack these numbers to add or subtract them? I'm like, yeah, sure. That's called the standard algorithm. Okay? Right, y'all. So now that you know what the standard algorithm is and what it's called, let's go ahead and give you some assignments before you head out today to the sun or wherever it is that you are. If it's a little snowy today, what can I tell you? It's cold. We live in the mountains. That's what happens. All right. So for your assignments, you're going to be working on page 143. It's called More Practice with the Subtraction Algorithm. It's just one page. Okay. There's a couple of questions on here. You can use the stacking method and use the standard algorithm. You don't have to use number lines today. I know some of you are really excited about that. Okay. And also, to help you practice, we are going to work on our home connections book again. Okay. For today, we're going to be working on page 77 and 78. So that is number cards. Okay. And we're going to do page, this is page 1 of 2. So that means there are 2 pages. So don't forget to turn the page back to page 78 and complete that one as well. Okay. Again, these are standard algorithms that you guys can use. On the back, there is some review, so you'll see some fractions and decimals. And you'll also be looking at some story problems. Okay. Please make sure you do the challenge. There's no excuses. I really want you guys to challenge yourselves. Okay. And of course, as always, I'm always available to talk to you guys via email. You guys have your email accounts now. You can just type up a quick question for me. You guys can hit me up on Zoom during the math and science blocks. And feel free to message me whenever you have a question, okay? Happy Friday. It was great to see you guys this week. I've enjoyed my time of online teaching. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.